What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
From Podcast One, this is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. See, this is why you guys need to watch the video version of this podcast. Sophia just dabbed.
Do you want to see another one? I'm pulling a bow and arrow out of my bag, pulling it back. And then I
Oh
stabbed.
gosh.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank you.
gosh, welcome back to the
Welcome
podcast.
back with your favorite sisters, Sophia and Sistine.
I hate when
If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. You hate it, but I'm still doing it.
You know what's weird? I feel like we haven't done this podcast in a month. Like, I don't know why I have so much energy while shooting it today. Don't laugh at me because I stuttered.
By the way, I'm usually the one that's stuttering. Sistine, I call you out.
God.
No, we haven't done a sister duo in a little bit.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Sister episode number 2.
Back at it again, stronger, harder, and we got
Ask
some.
and you shall receive. Today is going to
Yep.
be a super fun episode. We're going to do the usual wax and wane, maybe a little conspiracy theory action. We're going to do some unsolicited advice.
And we wanted to add a little bit of a topic that people, I guess the unsolicited advice, but this is more of a topic we were always wanting to talk about because
Have you seen that TikTok where it's like, let me add a little spice to the
a little
mix?
spice, like the guy from the salt, the salt guy that used to salt the steaks, DM'd Sistine a while back. She didn't answer. What could have been? We could have had really good steaks.
Why did you just out me like that?
There's nothing I'm more delighted to be out of the loop on than the salt guy.
I
Is he
know.
still relevant?
I don't think
Is
so.
he
I have
still
no idea who it
salting
is, but I
steaks?
want to know now.
I actually, do you remember that episode on Billions? He was in it. Does he own a restaurant? Does he go
Yes,
around a restaurant?
he does.
Okay,
Yes, he
that's
does.
what I thought.
I think you have to pay like $500 for him to come to your table personally and salt your steak like that.
I think we save up all of our money that we make on ads, and then we just
Just
hire
hire him to
just
salt
our,
all of our
salt
food.
our steak.
Google
Oh,
says
boy.
his name is Salt Bay.
Bay?
Bay?
Salt Bay.
Is he gonna be the daddy that the psychic said
Guys,
I would
last
have?
episode, Sistine's gonna marry a daddy.
Yeah, that's what a psychic told me, and maybe it's Salt Bay.
It
This
might
is
be Salt.
coming very full circle. Okay, let's get into the wax,
Wax
and
and
wane.
Wayne. Do you want me to start out? Or do you want to go out?
You start with the wax.
All right. So, we did this really fun thing the other night. We saw it on TikTok, and I don't think it's a trend anymore, but we were like, we've always wanted to do this, but we just dove head right into it. So I made a PowerPoint, and so did Sistine, and it was a secret until we came together, and it was supposed to be something funny.
Oh, you're explaining it terribly.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Oh, what?
It's this game that you can play with your girlfriends, group of friends, whatever, and it's called PowerPoint Night. And so every person that you're hanging out with makes a PowerPoint, and it can be any sort of topic, something like guys that I regret hooking up with, and then you just have a funny PowerPoint about it,
Yeah.
or like
Two conspiracy theories of like,
or like yeah,
why Nick Jonas is
or like cartoons
something,
that I
or-
think are hot, and it's just like really really funny, and
Yeah.
it involves drinking too, right? You said
It can involve drinking. We didn't do that, but it was just between Sistine, Scarlett, and I. But Sistine and I took full force into this, and we really put a lot of time into our PowerPoint.
I want to say I highly recommend
Yeah, really.
playing this PowerPoint game. It is so much fun. What topic did you do again?
I did people I would love to punch in the face if I had the opportunity. If they were held down and I had one punch.
It was
It
so
would be.
funny.
And it was not just celebrities. They were celebrities, but it was also people I know, like friends and family.
It was hilarious.
So-
She had elevator music going on in the
I
background.
did. I explained like why I would punch them, how I would punch them, photos of why I would punch them. I'm really not an aggressive person, but there are
some people have a hittable face.
hittable face, or like
Yeah.
they've done something that you just want to punch them for.
For sure.
So I gave all my reasoning explanation to them, and they enjoyed it. But I think Sistine's.
I'm gonna
Can I just
try
like,
to
Sistine's
put
a.
the, stop.
I just want to explain that Sistine is a very very twisted person with
Okay,
this stuff.
hold on.
You are. She loves the thing. She loves like the dark, kind of troubled people in shows.
All right, Sophia, let me explain it.
You do.
Yeah, please. Hold on. Stop. Hold your horses, lady. I'm really sounding like a lunatic out here.
Well, I sounded like one
All right,
last episode. So.
I'm gonna try to say a PC version of my title. All right, my PowerPoint was essentially sociopaths in television and film that I think are attractive. That is my PC version.
That she would let them make
that's-
out with her.
That I would kiss. So it was everyone from.
Will is cracking.
Stop. Hold
Still
on.
so innocent. It's like it's sociopath that I would kiss.
I'm
Like,
trying.
I would kiss.
I'm trying to make it very PC. So it was people from American Horror Story to Peaky Blinders. Just
But no, say some of the characters because I was cracking
so-
up.
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Peaky fucking Blinders. And then it was like Evan Peters who played Tate in American Horror Story.
You did in
I
Game
did
of
Jason
Thrones.
Momoa,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
What was his name?
But here's the thing. I am not saying I like these people in life. I like their character. So I always get disappointed because I'll see Killigan Murphy, I'm probably saying his name wrong, just out and about with his family on the street. And I'm like, that's not Thomas Shelby. It's different haircut, different clothes. I like Thomas Shelby.
Yeah, she's
Sorry.
saying the character
Yeah,
themselves.
so it's the character.
But it was really twisted but funny as hell
Yes.
because there was people I didn't even like remember that were like, oh, you even said the guy that played it.
Oh, yeah, the clown.
The
Pennywise.
clown.
I said I would kiss Pennywise.
as the clown or as the man?
Both.
I'm
Okay,
both.
all right.
That's the gross. By the way, my biggest fear is clowns, and so when she put this up, I literally lost it.
So
I can't
as
handle
you can
that.
see, we're like crying just thinking back on it. You guys have to play this game. It is
Totally.
so much fun.
But
And,
I want you to talk about your Wayne because
Yeah.
I didn't even know this until right now seeing it.
I was on speakerphone with my little sister the other day. I was just in her room and I answered the phone because you know how sometimes you get random numbers
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, let me just see what it is. Maybe it's an appointment.
I was
forgot
just saying
about.
I get a ton of calls from like Redondo Beach and Malibu,
You never know.
and I don't know why.
You never know.
I don't know anyone
right?
from there.
You could have won a lottery. You never know. Answer the phone. I answer it, and it was a collect call from prison, and it was like, "Hello, you're getting a collect call from Houston prison," and I was said, "I'm not hanging up. I want to see what this is about. Your inmate caller, Diego, would like to speak to you. How would you like to proceed with payment?" And I go, Scarlett and I look at each other. We're like, "Oh my God, this is crazy, right?" I hang up. He calls me 3 more times. I was like, "Diego."
And she's like, I'm flattered.
And then I get 2 voicemails. And Will, you were just saying, our producer Will, just said that he got a collect call from prison recently.
I've gotten 2 voicemails from a prison.
What's going on?
Are they guys or girls?
Men.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think
My
that
theory
is?
is that it's a couple of guys who, it's kind of sad. They got nobody else left to call, so they're just pushing buttons,
Really?
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
And then they're like, maybe someone will talk to me.
Oh,
See, I'm not kidding. I was actually so tempted to proceed
bring
with
it,
payment.
yeah.
I
And
called back. I Googled the number. I was like, I
Did
gotta
you
talk to
really?
this guy. but
I
it
kind of
didn't-
want to.
I couldn't
Okay,
get through.
let's make a deal. The next time we get a call, we have to
I
answer.
really
it.
don't know
We're
if this
picking
is a
up the
good
charges.
idea.
I'm
You
sure someone
guys-
will get our credit card information
I
and
don't-
we'll get fucked. But it's,
Yeah,
will get
I don't know if
fucked.
I'm like the sane one in this situation, but I think
No,
you just
she's
leave
not the
it.
sane one. She's just jealous that no one from prison wants to talk to you. Ha ha hee hee.
I don't know if that's something to brag. But no, I find that really hilarious that keeps happening to you because Sistine has an unfortunate tale with her phones. Like every single time she has her phone, it's getting hacked, it's getting
Oh, yeah.
blocked, it's getting like under the sun. But people that were stalking me would get a hold of her number.
I don't know how.
And like call her at least 80 times, 100, actually more than that, probably
Yeah.
like 500 times.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish I was kidding with
my
that.
iCloud's gotten hacked
Yeah.
twice. My number's gotten released
I don't get
twice.
what you're doing wrong.
I think I go on a lot of bootleg websites and I
buy
just put
clothes?
just random, those bad ad bloggers. They're like, don't do it, and I'm like, maybe I should. And
like, risk
I've
it for the
always
biscuit.
yeah, right. I put my email, put my phone in. They have all my info. I give it away.
You're
It's
like,
my fault.
It's just like free candy. Hey,
It's
take
free
it.
candy. So
That does suck, though.
Sophia and I were talking about friendships in LA,
Yeah.
and we find that it's hard. Not even in LA in general. It's hard to maintain a friendship with a girl.
It is really hard, but I think it's also the longevity of a friendship. It's really hard to, I think, when you're in a relationship basically with your friend, and not in a sexual way, just in a relationship with your friend, and things start to go south, you don't really know how to approach it the
Yeah.
best. And I think a lot of times, like, you're in this friendship and it's going well, but you can see some red flags and you can see that you aren't really happy in the friendship. And it sounds like you're dating this person. I know it does sound like that, but you kind of are. If
You
you're-
commit a lot of your time,
right?
and it's actually interesting because whenever we asked you guys to DM us questions, most of the questions have to do with how do I break up with my friend?
Yeah. And I'm really happy we're doing this because I think Sistine and I, we do like to be goofy and everything on the show, but we also do want to talk about these topics I think are really important. And today's topic, I think we just want to just ramble about and see if maybe you guys get some tidbits of information you pick up on, and maybe
Yes.
we'll learn something from each other at this point.
We're gonna talk about when to leave the friendship,
How to break up.
when to rebuild the friendship, to salvage it,
how
and
to do
how
that.
to find a new friend. So stick with us. I'm just kidding.
Let's see how this goes.
Okay, so from
can
my
start off.
experience, when to leave, I feel like I have a lot of friends from high school. And then when they all went to college, everyone sort of spread out around the country. So now I'm literally the last one left in
You
LA.
are, yeah.
So I have to try to put myself out there. And sometimes it's hard because you want something to work and you're sort of forcing a friendship. And deep down, you know it's not. You guys just aren't compatible. So
Right.
I found myself, for example, in a friendship with a girl that was almost draining. Like, it was more effort for me than it was for her. Like, I
Right.
saw everything that I was giving to her in this relationship. I was like the one always making the plans, always reaching out,
Always
even for dinners,
complimenting, too.
always showering with compliments, always, paying the bill, and that stuff. I like doing that,
Yeah.
but it's hard when you get 0% back.
Right.
So
right.
it's, you know what I mean? It has
Well,
to be a marriage.
It needs to be yin and yang because you want to feel like you're getting something out of this too. And if you're putting all your energy into one basket or all your eggs into one basket and you're getting no goodies back in
Yeah.
a sense, it really just becomes one-sided and you become depressed about it.
You have to take a step back and look at, okay, so they're gaining a lot from this friendship, but what are you gaining?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I asked myself that, I go, oh my God, I'm gaining nothing.
Right.
Like, I'm literally gaining nothing from this relationship. And you were telling me that you had this experience with a girlfriend that kind of always like teased you and put you down.
So in
and-
my sense, so hers was more she put a lot of energy into a relationship. My problem when I found out it was kind of more time to leave was when I saw the jokes of me being called, oh, you're so stupid, you're so silly, you're so dumb, you're so like you're such a bitch, like all of this stuff. And it was a joke, but then it started to become like every single time I said something. And I'm a goof, like I like to just crack jokes and it may be stupid or not, but it became insulting.
Is it more like they're laughing at you?
It was
not
more
with you?
laughing at me and not with me. And I'm like, okay, I can take a few jabs, like I don't really care. But when it comes to the point where I feel like, there could be a little truth. In this joke.
Wait, what's that saying? It's like, to every joke there's a little bit of truth,
there's a little
right?
truth in it. I'm like, okay, maybe this girl really doesn't like me, or maybe there's like some part of her that isn't wanting to be my friend as much as like I thought she wanted to be, or maybe she's going through something. But I started to feel really upset every time I'd hang out with her. So I was like, I don't really know if I want to continue this friendship if it's going to continue like this, unless I say something.
Yes.
And I'm really bad at confrontation.
So this is where Sophia and I differ, because Sophia kept that friendship today.
Yeah, I did.
I broke up with that friend, and we are currently not together anymore.
So how did you do that though?
So there's I feel like there's two ways to go about it, and it sort of depends on the level of friendship that you guys had, the duration that you guys
Right.
have known each other. That all sort of plays a factor. For me, since it was fairly new, I was a little bit scared of this person, I'm not gonna lie. I started to slowly pull away and just stopped answering gradually, and eventually that person got the message. And it was interesting because it's almost like you're in a relationship with the
Yeah,
guy.
it really
it's like the
is.
more you ignore them, the more that they want to see you again.
Your friend is basically your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever it
Yes.
is, because you're going to dinner, you're texting every day, you guys are getting emotional with each other. It really is a relationship. And I feel like breaking up with a friend sometimes is a little bit harder
Oh,
than breaking up with a
100%.
boyfriend.
100%.
I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you've known this friend since you were like born, it
Yes.
really can be detrimental.
Definitely. So I feel like that's number one.
Yeah.
That's what I did with this girlfriend. But option two, which is probably the wiser option, would be to be upfront with them.
Yeah.
Tell them how you're feeling. If they can't see it from your point of view and they don't understand, or they're not willing to make a change, then that sort of should be your answer, because that just shows a level of how much they care for you or not.
Yeah, that's true.
So you had
So
an
I
experience
have
in
a
high
totally
school that you
different
wanted
thing.
to share.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to, when she brought up this topic about losing a friend, I wanted to talk about how you can lose a friend, but also when to reintroduce that friend. Because I do know that sometimes we all go through our ups and downs, and whether it's like someone we're dating, which is in this case, I had a friend that I've known since high school that I was really, really close with. And she started dating this person, and it really just became a relationship with the three of us. And unfortunately, this guy was super toxic, and he would get involved, and it became our fight, and she never wanted to hang out. And so it was really, really hard for me to continue this friendship.
That seems to be the catalyst of a lot of issues when it comes to
Yeah.
girlfriends, because I know that I have been in that girl's position where I was in a relationship with a guy that was toxic for me, and I was putting it out on my girlfriend, and she goes, what the hell are you doing?
So this is the problem, is that, and this is what happened with you. You tell the person, or she told you, this guy is really not a great guy. Like, you deserve better. Like, this is what you should do. And
but
I
you
was
don't
want
want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that. If you're in love, it's like love is blind. And I think that you can't understand what a person's feeling unless they're in their situation. That's what I always try to go into every understanding of my friend's relationship. So unfortunately, after high school, she was still dating him, and it totally fizzled out. We got into like a blow-up fight about basically this person, and it really was just like, it just snowballed, and we both went to separate colleges. And then I think having time apart, once she dumped him, or I don't remember, and she started to grow and figure out her self-worth, and then I even just found out who I was, it was almost natural that we came together. But I think a really good way to reintroduce a friend into your life again is making those little text messages here and there, going, hey, I'm in town, I would love to get coffee or lunch. Check up on them occasionally, like slowly build up that process, like you're gaining a new friend.
She was the type of friend to you that from the beginning it was like a match made in heaven.
Oh yeah, this was like and she's my sister almost.
So she was worth rebuilding.
Oh, totally worth rebuilding. Like, I wanted to rebuild it in general, but I think that I had to like step on eggshells, and so did she. It was really nerve-wracking because we both did have this kind of huge falling out. And once you kind of gain that trust back, and if you've already had that love in the beginning, it really will come up super quick. Like when you talk to an ex after you talk to him again, all of those like old feelings and like that comfort is all there.
Yeah.
And that's the same with the friendship. But just like a relationship, you need to slowly integrate yourselves into each other's lives before just like jumping headfirst. And
for sure. And on the opposite end of that, moving on from that friendship is just like moving on from a boyfriend. You want to get over someone, you get under someone new.
And that is a new friend. And guess what we don't like doing? It's really hard to make new friends.
I'm going to tell you.
Actually, I like it, but
Sophia's a good texter. I have such anxiety about going out and trying to make a new friend. It's really scary, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. And I envy this one girl who we're going to bring on the podcast. She's a new friend of mine. Her name is Olivia, and we met at an event pre-COVID, and then sort of during COVID, she DM'd me and was like, hey, we should be friends, let's get lunch. And that, I don't think people realize that how much those messages mean to them. Like, that meant so much to me, because I would have never had the guts to go out and do that.
Absolutely. And you don't realize how much just sending that text message to someone from someone is so
it made my
great.
week. And it started it off on such a good note. And we're still friends. We hang out every single week.
Right.
And so moral of the story is, go out there, put yourself out there, make a new friend, because everyone needs a friend.
Everyone needs a friend. You just need one. You don't need two. I got one. She got one.
Because let me tell you the hard facts of life.
What is it?
I'm a lonely little cow.
How lonely?
Very lonely. Okay. I'm being serious right now, actually. No, there was a long period, especially during COVID, where I just felt really alone. Like, I have my girlfriends. I have this one best friend, but she's away at college.
Yeah.
So it is hard being alone, and you feel like, because Sophia was going out to dinners and she was seeing her friends.
Well, this is the difference. And I have to give Sistine a little bit of credit. And I think some people can relate to this too. Sistine lived in New York for a bit, and then she moved back to LA. So a lot of her friends that she made were back still in New York. And I feel like when you're moving into a new place and you have to rebuild all of these new friendships, it is really hard. I was already in college in LA, so I had 4 years to build these friendships. But it's a little bit easier for me.
That's true. The only bright side is I've got a sister, and technically she's a friend that's never allowed to leave.
She third wheels with all my friendships, and I love it, and they love her, so it works.
I'm kind of the fun party gal.
She is the fun party gal. Any party all my friends now, they go, hey, I have this party happening tonight. Have your sister come. I'm like, oh, of course. Like,
they don't want me. They want Tina.
They want Tina. They don't want Sistine.
Party girl Tina.
Of course. I think we should transition into what I'm super excited about, because I think I left a really high expectation for you in terms of conspiracy theory. I think I talked about lizard people, which may or may not be what we are, because we did think Dad might be a lizard. But you have something for us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have brought in a conspiracy that no one in the studio saw coming.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right. Let me try to think of a title for it.
You didn't even...
This is the Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy theory.
Wait.
Pause for dramatic effect. Okay.
Wait. Let me find
Oh, Will!
So this is the theory.
Wait, can I just say, when was the last time you were at Chuck E. Cheese? Chuck E. Cheese is like
Maybe
the biggest throwback I've ever heard.
Maybe when I was 13.
Yeah, really.
Will, have you been to Chuck E. Cheese?
I have. It's been a long time.
But you've been, right?
Yeah.
Wrong.
What?
Wrong.
What are you talking about wrong?
I don't know.
Wait, here. Let me try this.
He's trying something.
No, it's too long. I wanted something really dramatic.
Sounds like a plane landing.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool. I thought it'd be appropriate.
Oh my god.
The Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy.
Wait, I love this.
Okay. This is the theory. So, and I'm sure everyone here has had their infamous pizza, correct?
It tastes good.
I'm not gonna lie. It's thebomb.com.
You got a little show that happens? All of the little characters.
Are you gonna let me do my theory?
I'm just saying. I'm
You
trying to
shut
set
your
the
mouth,
scene. I'm
lady.
trying to set the scene.
Let me have this. You got lizard people, all right? God, Virgo, take the mic. Put the mic down. Thank you. Sit back and enjoy, lady. All right. Here's the theory. If a customer orders pizza from Chuck E. Cheese and they don't finish the pizza, if, for example, they have a few pieces left over, the employee takes that pizza back into the kitchen, puzzles it, rearranges it into a new pizza with other leftover pieces, reheats it, and reserves it to a new customer.
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
No.
So I have evidence.
That's so gross. They wouldn't like so old pizza in the kitchen that people didn't eat, and then pizza that would just come in that still wasn't finished. They just push it together.
So this isn't something I just pulled out of my behind, all right? There have been Yahoo and Reddit threads from 10 years ago talking about this. Everyone from the Washington Post to BuzzFeed, everyone's made videos about it. Like YouTubers, famous YouTubers made videos about it. So Chuck E. Cheese, also, please don't come for me. Please don't sue us. This is
Unless
just a
you
theory.
give us like a free seasonal
tokens,
pass.
free tokens.
Oh yeah, a ton of tickets so we can buy stuff.
So this conspiracy obviously hit me in a very sore spot
Well, yeah.
because this pizza was our childhood, and now there are managers that come out and they say, oh my God, absolutely not. Chuck E. Cheese did not do that. The pizza is handmade. This is what they say. It's handmade. So sometimes the pieces shrink. That's why they're not always even. And then some employees are completely confirming and saying, yep, they do this 100%.
No.
So,
Wait, that's nasty.
I know you're still probably sussed about it, right?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's just like hard to.
Sophia, you're not sold yet, are you?
Not really. I mean, it just sounds gross, but it could be. I don't know.
Well,
Do you have a?
I have a game.
Wait, a game?
We're playing a game.
Do I get a prize?
Oh, yes, you do get a prize if you win.
I do?
There's a prize. So, this is the game.
Okay.
We're playing a game called Chuck E. Cheese or regular pizza. I'm going to show you a series of pictures, and you're going to tell me if it's a Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Remember, Chuck E. Cheese pizza, the pieces do not align to a full circle.
Well, this is going to be very easy then.
Or it's regular pizza. I threw a couple curveballs in there.
Curveballs? All right.
Here we go. If you get them all right, you win a prize.
Okay. Normal pizza.
That is incorrect. This is
What?
the Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
What? It
Look
looks
at the
good.
edges.
It looks good. Oh, I didn't see the bottom of it.
She's already lost.
Oh, shit.
Pizza number 2.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like CPK's pizza.
That's not the question. Is it a regular pizza or is it Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
Regular.
Correct.
Is it CPK?
No, I don't know. Pizza number 3.
Oh. I think that's regular. No, it's not. It's not regular. I can see the bottom one.
How are you so bad at this game?
I
Does
thought
this-
these are trick questions.
Does this look like a full pizza circle to you?
No, there's like one totally sticking
mean-
out. I feel
It's
like
a bad pizza.
That is a bad pizza.
See,
This
I-
is Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Pizza number 4.
that looks like Domino's. That must be real.
Yeah, you got it. The Domino's Ranch is on the side. Okay. Last pizza. Pizza number 5 for all the marbles.
Oh, you're making me really stressed if I get this wrong.
Looks like ingredients Chuck E. Cheese wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's not Chuck E. Cheese, because that looks like there's truffle on top, and that's too fancy for Chuck E.
Ooh,
Cheese.
that's incorrect. It's Chuck E. Cheese.
What? They have truffle on their pizza?
This isn't truffle. They're meatballs. They're like meat
That looks horrible.
sausages. But look, Sophia, if you're looking closely, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look at the edges.
Yeah, they're totally unaligned. Well, I really butchered that one. Wait, what was the prize though? I guarantee you had no prize. It was like a hug.
I ordered a Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
They're like, and they're here now.
And the mouse is
That was
here.
a good game. You know, okay, so guys, if you ever see a pizza that looks like it's
So I
off.
don't know if this is true or whatever. I had a feeling that you were going to ruin this somehow. So I brought in a few extra quick conspiracies just to fix what we just did.
I didn't ruin it.
It's okay. Here are some other quick conspiracies if that one wasn't
So
enough
we're having
for y'all.
conspiracy lightning round.
Okay. So this is a good one.
Yep.
Ready? The pants industry and the purse industry are working together to keep women's pockets small in order to force us to buy purses.
What? But I
So stupid.
okay. But because that's wait.
So the pant industry and the purse industry, they work together in order to keep women's pockets small, so
That's
they have
so
to buy
dumb. Do you know-
purses.
That's not true because if I had giant pockets that went down to my knees, I wouldn't wear it.
I'm sorry, would you buy pants that had pockets to your knees?
No, but that's why I'm saying that's why they wouldn't make it for. That make okay.
It's just a theory.
It's
Here's another one.
I gotta rationalize this.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
All right, so the reason Disney came out with the movie called Frozen
Yeah.
was that when you Googled Disney Frozen, you would get information about the movie Frozen
Yeah.
and not websites talking about Walt Disney's frozen body.
That's so trippy. Is he frozen?
Absolutely.
No, he's not. Is Walt Disney frozen?
Yes.
No. Is that is do you know are you sure? I'm like flabbergasted.
Sophia?
I'm like, what?
Sophia, you got it.
Where?
Sophia, it's a conspiracy.
Under Space Mountain? That'd be really cool. Matterhorn. Imagine if he's frozen
He
under
is
the
the
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn.
He is in the body of the Matterhorn. That's crazy. Wait, now I want to talk about though Walt Disney frozen. So why would he be frozen? When did he even pass away?
You're asking questions I do not know the answers to.
You're this conspiracy theorist.
really-
Why aren't you
I
looking
have,
this up?
Okay, I guess I'll look it up.
If he resurrects and creates the ultimate worldwide Disney attraction
Okay, here we go. An article from
on
2020.
Mars,
Is Walt Disney's body frozen? Rumor has it that the animation legend,
yeah,
there's an ad, was frozen after death so he could be reanimated in the future. Is it a myth? Read for the truth about. I don't want to read
I
it.
know you don't have to read, but when do you think he would resurrect if he was frozen?
Well, it would certainly make 2020 even crazier than it is.
Well, you hear it first. He might be resurrected 2020.
All right, thanks for that really trash segment of Chuck E. Cheese or regular pizza.
I liked it.
Okay. And we're back with another unsolicited advice segment. We got to get better at doing these.
Yeah.
But I want a disclaimer. From now on, Sophia and I will only be reading questions if you follow these instructions. If you go to the Apple Podcast app and you search Unwaxed Podcast, you go to the section that says write a review. You write a review, give us 5 stars, and you put your question in your review. And that's the only way we will read your questions and answer them.
Yep.
Okay, so this one listener did the extra most extraordinary.
What did she do that was so extraordinary?
Well, she just followed my rules, and I really appreciate
Oh,
that.
thank you.
So her question is, I'd love to hear what you both think about age gap relationships in this day and age. What are some things to consider about being a 20-something now versus what it may have been like 30-something years ago? Would love to hear your opinions. Okay, so I feel like I'm so indifferent about it. Because today when I see a person in their early 20s dating someone in their 40s, I personally don't care. Like, they can do what they want. It's their life. I think maybe that's because we're around a relationship constantly that has that big age gap because our parents, what is their age gap?
Well, our mom is, I shouldn't say the age, but I think they're like,
Why? That's not a bad thing.
yeah, isn't it like inappropriate to say like the woman's age? Whatever. I think,
Is it?
yes. So I would say like 20, they're like a 23 years difference. Or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But it's so funny because we look at that relationship and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like better than most marriages I've ever seen.
Right.
Like they're constantly laughing. And I think what helps is when you have, like our dad is such a young soul.
Yeah, that is the difference. But I this is what I think is the con on the other side of it because I think having an age gap, it does have a lot of pros. I think you can learn from the other person. They have a totally different perspective. They're raised in a different generation. But at the same time, with even our parents can attest to this, you guys have really different mindsets in the way you were raised and the way you go about things. And so it really is a matter of fact, if you want that super mature relationship very early on, maybe the guy that you're dating or whoever you're dating want to date is that energetic, lively spirit. I know my dad is. So I think he's more 50 than he is his actual age.
I think for us,
but that's the problem.
I mean,
sometimes.
At least for me, I'll speak for me and then you can answer.
Yeah.
I think the oldest I'd go up would probably be right now, because I'm only 22, like 5 to 7 years. And that's about it. I think because I'm still young, I kind of want to date people young.
And you've gone out though, for example, someone that was, I think,
like 30.
30.
And it was almost
too much.
No shame for the 30-year-olds out there, but it's just there's a
difference. I think for me, I would go 10. I'm 24, so 10 years older, 11 years older, so that's like 35.
Oh my God, that's a man.
I don't think I would mind that. I think my personality, though, it really depends on your personality, and I think that I sometimes can sway to be a little bit more on the serious side with some things, and I think I could probably handle it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm joking. But I find no shame in it. But I think that really make sure, if you are going to go into an age gap that's a large relationship, that you are ready for it. Because
it is for the right reasons.
It is different. For the right reasons, for love.
But we're all about, if y'all are in love, freaking go for it.
But also, I don't know if you should be like 50 and 18. I think that's a little odd.
Oh, no.
So those are the drastic ones.
We were watching the show. What was it? Marrying to Millions. And there was that one guy who was maybe 65 and the girl was 21.
Yeah, I think she just turned 21.
I would say that's a little big of an age.
A little bit of age. I don't know if I can handle it. She seems like she can handle it. I couldn't, but I think that's a little too much. But when we say age gap, we're saying at most, like, for us, I know this sounds crazy, but like 20. But other people probably think that's a really, really big age gap. So we're just jaded. We
see our parents happy and having fun. Yeah. So if that happens in the future, I guess it happens.
So be mature enough for it. Make sure the relationship is the right one and for the right reasons, and that you're comfortable. And make sure you're not just pushing into it because it sounds great. Make sure you're actually wanting it.
Well said.
Thank you.
What's the next question?
Well, another question that we've gotten a lot was about our diet and our fitness and what we eat in a day. And I can just kind of like say what I do because it's super easy. Honestly, it really does change every month. I think even Sistine could say this. We'll go really, really hard for a month and then we'll go totally off for a month. Right now, I'm just walking like 4 miles a day and then doing some like ab and butt workouts. That's kind of it. I have a smoothie every morning.
All right, I'll tell you what I do.
I eat like a healthy dinner.
I
mean, it wasn't that bad.
You're just like, I just like walk.
Well, it's true. I wouldn't say I do like an intense workout every day. I think actually my body has looked better when I haven't been hitting it really, really hard. Mm-hmm. But some people are different, so.
I think that we're really conscious about what we put in our body, though.
Yeah, we are.
Because, you know, it's 80% fun, healthy food, 20% fun food.
80% fun food, 20%
that would be a
healthy.
dream, huh? No. And we also do intermittent fasting.
Yeah, we do.
So we probably eat breakfast around 10:30 and we have our dinner at 5:30.
Yeah.
Which takes some getting used to, but honestly that has been...
Sistine does that. I eat breakfast at like 9. I can't do until 10. I get really, really hungry in the morning.
I think if you somehow work in an active activity at least 4 times a week, you're solid. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, my biggest suggestion is honestly to try everything. I do think intermittent fasting, if you can eat not so late at night and not snack, and it really does change how your body feels in the morning.
Yeah.
Drink a ton of water. We drink like an absurd amount of water every single day.
Yeah.
And we force ourselves. It's not like we love the taste, but we know that it makes us feel better.
Also, what I like to do, because I think working out is boring sometimes, I like to go on YouTube, and there are so many fun videos that sort of trick you into working out. Like the other day I did a TikTok. It was a 45-minute TikTok dance hit workout. And I was dripping sweat. It was
horrible.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. They're like, you just burned 700 calories. I'm like, what the heck? I was just hitting the renegade. Like, what?
You're like, I was just dabbing. It's
so that's what I'm saying. Maybe go on YouTube. Just find. There's so many good people. If you guys need some suggestions, you can obviously DM me and I'll tell you. But yeah, I just think that
find your rhythm.
Find what works for you, because At the end of the day, Sophia and I are, again, we're always switching it up.
Yeah.
And it's never been consistent, but we feel our healthiest when we've been working out less, which is interesting.
And if your mind isn't right, your body isn't right. I think everything is very cohesive. So make sure everything is aligned before doing anything, because you want to make sure that you're going into working out and eating healthy and changing up your diet for the right reasons as well.
Yes. Woo!
Wow. Okay. I actually liked today because I know that we always go like kind of crazy. I mean, the conspiracy theory was a little bit off the wagon for a second, but we got back on it. And I like that we give people advice and we talk more, because I think that people want to know sometimes what we say a bit more. And we would love to keep hearing from you guys. So remember what Sistine said. Go to the Apple Podcast page. Give us that 5 stars. Nothing less. If I see a 3, you ain't getting your question answered.
That's just not nice.
It's not nice to give us 3 stars either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said I wasn't nice. Whatever. But then write the question in the reviews, and we will absolutely answer it. We'll answer every single one. Maybe we'll just have a rapid fire unsolicited advice if you guys like all just pile in at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have nothing else to do, so let's just do it.
Okay. Well.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us today.
Thanks for tuning into the shit show. We love you guys. We will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
From all of us here at the show, thanks for staying unwaxed.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Be sure to download new episodes every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or PodcastOne.com. Follow your hosts at Sophia Stallone and at Sistine Stallone. And be sure to follow the show at Unwaxed Podcast. Your producer is Will Sterling. We'll see you next week.